conference will now be recorded.
It's really laggy. All right. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to this regular meeting of the City Council of Vader. It is 6:04 p.m. on July 2nd, 2025. Roll call.
Jason Daly.
Has Jason contacted us? All right, Jason has not contacted us. He's absent.
John Hurt.
Here.
Michael Ferguson.
Here.
Mike Parsons.
Hello.
Mayor Shai.
Here. You have a quorum. Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
That sounded good.
We'll reverb that. Mayor's report. Of course, Friday is 4th of July here in town and everywhere, not just in town. But, there will be bands starting at 11 o'clock. There will be live bands from 11 until 8 p.m. downtown. There will be food vendors, craft vendors, beer garden, car show, bike show, cornhole tournament. What am I missing? And then after that, starting at 10 o'clock, there'll be fireworks at the old school property. Should start at 10 o'clock. It will be a 40-minute show. There'll be twice as many fireworks as last year. The folks from Toledo are coming over here, and they're combining forces with the gentleman that we use, and so we'll have quite the show. So. Wow. So that's Friday. Item number 2, McMurphy Park bathrooms. The RCO grant that we've been trying to get for a couple of years came through. So the city has $443,000 with the state grant, plus of course in our city match that'll go with that. So we'll have more details to come on that once we have the grant application in hand. Not application, the contract. And so we're probably looking at next summer for actually install on something like that. So we'll have lots more to come on that. TIB grant, street grant. So we had gotten a grant for $116,000. We had a bid opening last week. The bids came in at 3 times that amount. TIB thinks it's because it was so late in the construction season. That's one of the reasons why the bids came in higher than usual. That's what they think. And so they want to delay that and rebid in February. And so we're looking at summer of 2026 to get all of those roads rebuilt. So we still have the grant. We just need to wait a little while. And since they're the ones providing the money, we do what they want to do. Council reports. Any members of the council have anything to report? All right. Agenda approval. I believe, did we have a change in the voucher amount, Kristen?
Yeah, the corrected amount is on the agenda forms.
All I have to do is look.
I make a motion that we approve the city council agenda for July 2nd, 2025 as written.
We have a motion by Mr. Parsons to approve the agenda. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Mr. Hurt. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries. Minutes approval.
Make a motion that we approve the city council meeting minutes for June 18th, 2025.
The motion by Mr. Parsons to approve the minutes. Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
Second by Mr. Hurt. Discussion? All right. All those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries. Voucher approval. As stated, there is a slight change in the voucher, a total of around a little over $800. This relates to an incorrect payment. Our new employee incorrectly gave us his checking account number, and so we sent the money to the wrong location for his payroll, and so we're bringing it back. And so we've which isn't going to be a problem, but we have issued him a paper check. And so that's what the change in the vouchers are.
Make a motion to approve the vouchers for the beginning of July 2025 for $53,557.14.
A motion by Mr. Parsons to approve the vouchers as stated. Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
Second by Mr. Hurt. Any discussion? Okay. Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. Get used to it.
Here we go.
Are we drugging our dogs?
All right, special reports, Lewis County Sheriff's Department.
Good morning. So for the month of June, we've had 190 citizen contacts. There was one call on shift, 11 traffic stops, 2 infractions, and a total of 16 calls for the total for Vader for the month. There was 1 physical arrest.
Great.
Question?
Questions?
I don't have last year's, but that's kind of calm for,
There was, as far as a review of this, there were shift adjustments made for, the May 31st concert and the 4th of July to help
yeah.
coverage on those. So that looks a little different as far as the shifts go. But yeah, it's a calm month. It's good.
Nice.
Good month.
So they never found that guy that was beating on Ken's door that night.
Yeah, not that I'm aware of.
Did those include the movement back in the fund limit off Vader a few days ago?
I'm sorry, what?
The camp that got broken up a few days ago?
No, that would be outside of the
It's
city.
outside the city.
Yeah, so,
I didn't know if it, like, the PUGA is included in those.
yeah, no, not yet, not until the city actually takes it in, and then we can include those too.
Great. Thank you so much. All right. Southwest Washington Fair, and the funds with Lewis County royalty.
Yes, and we'll start with, I always get mixed up with her title. This is Ashley Hamilton, and she is the manager,
Fair and Events Coordinator.
coordinator.
I'm
The coordinator.
I'm not taking on the manager role. I'll leave that to Fiona.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Yana, she's new.
Yes.
Who was the guy that was there?
DJ. DJ was there before. He's been there for the last couple of years. He has now moved on to other pastures. I've been in the role since April, but I've been with the fair since I was born. My first time at the fairgrounds, I was a couple days old. So it's part of my blood. So thank you guys for letting us come out and talk to you about the fair this year. We have lots of fun and exciting things happening that we are just excited to bring you guys in on the loop. I do have a packet here for you guys to kind of flip through. We're going to talk about a couple of those things also. I also do have posters that if you guys would be willing to hang those up amongst businesses and kind of drum up some extra excitement for that fair fever, as I call it. We'd love to have you guys come out. I do also have a little card here on your packet for opening ceremonies. On Tuesday, opening day of fair, we're going to kick off the fair. We're going to have some people come up and just welcome everybody and just kind of get the fair going for the week and just have some fun. So we'd love to have you guys come out, and please bring a +1 as well. We do have some exciting things that we're excited to be announcing here very soon. Some decisions were made this evening for some entertainment. That's going to be coming back, so that's going to be very fun to make possible. We do have the coloring sheet there. Please have your little ones get those colored and sent in.
That was my question. Was there an age limit?
Yes, Joe, there is.
Preferably, let's let the little ones take control of this one.
Hey, Joe, will you ask that a packet be left for me for my mailbox? I'll be in tomorrow to sign vouchers.
Absolutely. Yeah, we can definitely do that for you. But yes, go ahead and drop off all the coloring sheets to our office. Our office is going to be very colorful already, but we do have space for more. So
August 1st.
August 1st is when those are due, yes. Got right around the corner. Do you guys have any questions for me when it comes to the fair office side of things? If I can disclose that information, I'd love to answer any questions.
Sounds great.
Okay, Little Miss Friendly, or who's that?
Dairy ambassador.
Oh, Dairy Ambassador, come on up, darling.
Patty.
Well, thank you.
Of course, thank you.
Give you my attention.
Hello there. My name is Addie Huddle. I am the alternate Lewis County Dairy Ambassador. I also represent the 4 dairies in Pacific County. I am from Francis, and I've been showing at the Southwest Washington Fair for, I think this will be my 6th year in the dairy and the beef department. I've enjoyed coming to the fair, getting to know other showmen there in the other departments as well, get to enjoy all of the good food, the experiences, rides, rodeo, the car show, the demolition derby they used to have. And that's really fun. Just spending the week there, getting to show animals, get to educate the public about our species that we show has been a really great opportunity. Something new they're implementing this year is bringing back the Lewis County Rodeo Queen. So if you guys know any local girls who are part of rodeo, I think the age bracket was 15 to 20.
16 to 20 currently. The rules are on the website for anybody that can't apply.
And I was told that girls from Lewis, Pacific, Grays, Cowlitz, there might be one other county.
Lewis, Thurston.
Thurston.
Yeah, great. Counts, yeah.
Yeah, can apply. So if you guys know any local girls or just spread the word, that would be great. Thank you.
What qualifications other than age should they have?
That's a great question.
So there is going to be a question and answer period about kind of basic rodeo kind of knowledge. There will be some horsemanship that will also be judged on as well. So there will be a pattern that they have to learn and then ride in that pattern. And just whoever can fit the bill and represent the Lewis County Rodeo and the fairgrounds.
Thank you.
Anyone can ride a horse, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like horse riding is a must.
Horse riding, I mean, if you fall off in the middle of it, that's okay, it depends on how gracefully you fall off.
Hi, my name is Allie Westover. I am the 2024-25 Little Miss Friendly. I'm here to spread the word that applications are being sent out for the next Little Miss Friendly. The dates are July 21st. The girls ages 8 to 10 can sign up. It has been a really good experience for me. And I hope other girls will experience. It's really fun too.
And where do you live?
I live in Glendoma.
Good job.
Thank you.
Thank you, that's a lot of information. Sure.
She didn't even have notes.
So I have a quick
I
question.
know, I'm gonna need notes. I couldn't remember all that.
Sounds like you have a question for Little Miss Friendly?
No, for whoever, I'm looking at the different dates here. You had Grange Day, Senior Day, Military Appreciation Day. What does that entail of?
So we are working on the final details of what exactly that looks like.
Okay.
When it comes to discounts and, ceremonies and whatnot. I do know that we are planning to have the Army Band come out and play. I think that's actually gonna be on Saturday afternoon. But yeah, we're still working on exactly what entertainment and pricing and everything looks like for Military Day.
Okay, thank you.
Of course.
there's a lot of interest in the military. We were out of PL yesterday, and a lot of folks were asking about it. I'm interested in that too myself. My name's Ross Peterson. I'm the newest board member for the Southwest Washington Fair. I had worked previously for Lewis County, and if anyone knows Edna, well, everybody, who doesn't know Edna, is really the thing. So she's been a great mentor for me and getting me involved, because I really wanted to kind of get to know my county a little bit. I'm originally from Thurston County, but live in Boyceford now, and this has just been a really great opportunity to build community. And I remember as a kid, about Heather's age, going to fairs and especially with the animals, that was always kind of a cool thing. And, you could actually have hands-on and pet, and it's just a really great time for, folks and families and kids to come and see the fair, and then they get really invested, and as time goes by and they become parents, it goes on. And so hopefully the whole idea is that the fair continues this great tradition that we have here in Lewis County, and that people get involved, and we can meet folks from the other side of the county that we may not know before. One thing that we are looking for, and I know Vader's got some, we're looking for talent. Do you sing?
Oh, no.
Do you wanna?
No.
Does stand up.
Nobody does.
Well, we're making an effort here. We're looking for talent. It can come in different forms. It's kind of a self-defining kind of thing, whether you have talent or not. But if you know of anyone in your community, we'd love to have them get involved. And it's a great opportunity to make some friends and do something new for a change, get out of your comfort zone. But we're super excited about all the activities and plans. It's been a really great experience for me, learning all about the fair, and I'm kind of excited, if you can't tell. So thank you very much. Hope to see everyone there.
Well, it's really a privilege to come to Vader again. Last year, you guys were very enthusiastic about the fair. Mayor, were you able to come to the opening ceremonies last year?
I wasn't.
Hopefully.
We came later in the week.
Oh, good. That's a good point. You don't just have to come on Tuesday. You can come other days. So it is the 12th to the 17th. So what are you folks doing on July 12th? During the day and in the evening? I hope you're going to Panda Express, because they have a fundraiser for us. So if you eat that night, you help them there. So just make a sacrifice and go up there to Panda Express and order some food, and it will help our fair.
What night is that?
The 12th, July 12th. And once again, encourage you to come to opening ceremonies. Like you're gonna get a free pass plus one, and you get parking pass. So you can eat all the food that you want, since you have all this free money that you didn't have to pay.
Free money would be good. I remember last year, by the time I went through the main gate with all my kids, and then we bought ride tickets immediately with all my kids, and then we bought food immediately without the kids, and I went to the ATM to withdraw some cash. My bank actually called me while I was standing in line for the Bloomin' Onion. Money would be great.
Great to see you there. Thank you.
I think I've been doing the fair since 2009 with the Walk on Water Bubbles.
Oh.
Yeah, that used to be my company.
Yeah, because you would dump your water in front of my barn.
I have. I have. But it was to freshen up everything and clean and.
You know, my rabbit kids love going out there and playing in the puddles.
You have a reputation everywhere you go.
I do. I've dumped a lot of water.
Have you guys ever entered anything into the fair? Like cows or flowers or pigs or sheep? We have all that in the fair. And any of you in the back, if you have a garden and you have some beautiful dahlias or roses, there is a place for you at the fair. Bring them on.
Yeah, I
Mike
know some-
grows lavender.
I do,
Oh.
I do grow lavender.
So
Or you
I know some of the state fairs have competitions where people bring in their barbecue sauce, their wines, their jams and stuff. The county fair has the same thing?
So our county fair in the open class department, there's a lot of different classes that you can enter in. There is the canning, there's the preservation stuff, there's the floral, the agriculture. When it comes to homemade barbecue sauces and whatnot, I would have to review the handbook. But that is all online right now. Anyone can go onto the handbook and look and see exactly what all the options are. And if there is enough of interest in a certain, class to be entering in, we can add it, not a problem. It would not be anything to us. But yeah, we'd definitely be up for that.
And were you talking, Counselor, about having different barbecue guys and gals there and having a competition? Is that something else you were thinking of?
They do have cakes and cookies and those kinds of things.
Yeah, it'd be great to have a smoke off.
Smoke off.
Smoke off.
Yeah.
Some ideas.
Yeah. I'll roll my smoker up there.
I will test. I'm just saying, I'm here for you.
Taste tester.
No, we're definitely open to any kind of different ways that we can build up more departments and build up just the engagement with the community and whatnot, so. Yeah. We'll put that in the suggestion box, for sure. Yeah. Perfect.
All right.
Thank you for having us.
Well, thank you very much for coming again. We really appreciate it. We enjoy that. Enjoy this.
And we thank Kristen for being here. You guys are very welcome.
You don't have to go. You can stay for the rest of the meeting.
I wouldn't.
I wouldn't.
I want to go to Rose. You might get ready. I want to go there.
Good answer.
Spend some money.
Thanks for the sticker, Miss Becky.
That's right. Right here.
Thank you.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Well, this got cleared off real quick.
See? We're right. They weren't here for us.
I know, it was all for them.
It's for the kids. That's all right. It's all about the kids. All right, moving on to public comment. Out of all of the members of the public that are left, is there any comment?
I have a question.
Yes,
I haven't had any, or heard any updates on annexation stuff.
there is no update. I'm sorry to cut you off.
Well, so we don't have any dates for like SEQA review or boundary review?
No, our planners have been focused on the comprehensive plan right now.
Mhm.
And so as they wrap that up, then they'll move on to annexation. So there's still time.
And so when it comes to annexation, are different parts of the annexation being considered separately? So is like Enchanted Valley separate from west of the Obliqua, or is it like an all or nothing?
It's still to be decided. Like I said, we're still very early stages. There've been discussions about doing all of it with the county. Whether they will be receptive to that or not, we don't know yet. So there's been no work on annexation since we talked this.
When the planners are planning to transition?
So the comprehensive plan, they're wrapping most of it up through the summer. And then after that, they're gonna move on and start focusing on that. So originally the idea was that the planners are new to the city. Excuse me. And so the idea was that we would use the grant funding that we got for the comprehensive plan for them to become familiar with the city and our needs and the direction and everything.
These are the ones that we.
This is SBN.
talked to in the.
Yeah, SBN planning. And so they would start with the comprehensive plan, which is grant funded, get familiar with the city, and then once the comprehensive plan was done, they could move on to annexation and really fully understand the city and its needs and the direction. So that was what the thought was. And the comprehensive plan has a deadline and annexation doesn't.
When is the comprehensive plan developed?
It's end of the year. And so it'll be wrapped up before then. But
That was my question.
Yeah, and that idea has worked really well. I mean, the planners came down to the city, they've spent time here in town, they spent the night in the local area, they ate at our restaurants, took pictures of the parks, which was really, really neat to see. We hadn't gotten that service from some of our other planners we've used in the past, and so we're really happy with the level of service that we've gotten from them.
Awesome, thank you.
Any other public comment?
That was fast.
All right, moving on to city business item number 1, public hearing for the 6-year transportation improvement plan, 2026 to 2031. This is the document that we previewed, I think, at the last meeting, a couple meetings back, with our Growth Management Act required yearly plan. It's just a list of roads and when we think we could get those worked on and how much we think it would cost. We're under no obligation to stick to this plan, but we do need a plan. So part of this is a public hearing. We are still waiting on the SEPA review to complete on that. So we won't be ready to adopt the resolution yet after the public hearing, but we can hold the public hearing tonight for all of those members of the public that are itching to comment. So I open this public hearing at 6:30 p.m. This is a moment for the public to comment on the transportation improvement plan.
Is there public online?
No.
No.
So you're looking at it.
I don't know what's in the plan, so I can't stay for anything.
Oh, golly. I think that, I mean, just to clarify, this is a plan as a guide, and you just said that we're not committed to it, we're not obligated to it, so I actually work in transportation, and so I think it's a fair and appropriate plan.
Yep, what was it, was it F Street that was the?
That was the drama. Don't even bring up F
Why did
Street.
you know I saw that letter F on there? I wasn't sure.
That's the other end of that, yeah.
F Street, the north side of F Street.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
That's the only one that I did.
it does still, it is still part of the city system. So.
Is it gonna include this little road that connects from Park Street down to Enchanted Gardens? Is that road ever, is that gonna be?
Enchanted Gardens, very nice.
Enchanted Gardens.
So, I mean, currently, the connector road between the city and Enchanted Valley does have a barrier that Lewis County put up a number of years ago. And so that still exists. It could be that in the future, and I would imagine that if the city did annex in Enchanted Valley, that we would probably take that barrier down so that we would connect the two areas together once again and bring us all together.
All the way around. So it'd be nice just to like.
It would be. Yeah. Mr. Rubin, you have comment. As a member of the public, you absolutely can comment.
Just a question, in your estimated costs, are all these costs estimated at today's value or in like 2031, are you guys?
Right, yeah, that's to today's value based on road prices that we've gotten for current grants and things like that. You know, we could extrapolate what we think that the cost would be. And yeah, it's today's dollars. We didn't factor in, you know, the consumer price index, anything, and increased it. That would be more, we didn't do that.
Is that possible to make like an adjustment for that or to anticipate possible cost over?
We could, I mean, we could easily add, you know, 5 or 8% a year or something to this if we wanted to. But again, it's not necessarily required. I can say that in our comprehensive plan, it requires a 10-year plan. And so we have this plus 4 more years in the comprehensive plan. So we've kind of gone through the rest of the city and added on a few more roads throughout the years.
So are these all in priority that need to be done first?
Somewhat, yeah. The idea was that the worst ones or the main arterials through town would be first. Any other public comment on the transportation improvement plan? All right, if there's no other comment, this public hearing is closed at 34 p.m. All right, moving on to item number 2, council to consider nominations to appoint a candidate to fill the vacant council position 3. Last council meeting, the council asked for a little bit more time. The applications that we've gotten from interested candidates were given to council again. So you have all the information on those that are interested. Is council interested in taking action tonight? I see 2 nods and it doesn't matter what Mr. Ferguson wants to do. That's 2 out of 3. So.
Well, I'm on board with nominating someone tonight. I don't have the application in front of me, so I don't have a full name, so I'd feel foolish being the one to do anything. So.
Okay. So
I'd like to nominate Nicole Hansen.
Okay, we have a nomination for Ms. Nicole Hansen.
I'll second it.
Is there, hold on.
Okay.
Get ahead of us, it's a little different.
Get up here. No, sorry.
So we have one nomination for Ms. Nicole Hansen. Are there any other nominations? No other nominations for city council position? Okay. If there are no other nominations, then I close the nomination part and we'll open for votes. All those in favor of appointing?
We need a second.
No.
But we can take a second, and I think Mr. Hurd
I second.
did second earlier, and you stand by that? Okay.
Yep.
Okay, all those in favor of appointing Ms. Nicole Hansen to the city council, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries. Congratulations, Ms. Hansen.
Thank you.
You're no longer a member of the public, you're now a member of the city council.
No longer a member of the public. Oh, man. Just right up,
Really
right
coming
out.
out.
All right. Would you like to take your seat tonight?
Sure. If you already did this, John, I know what to do.
All right. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Oath of office, so I'll try not to say too many words too fast so that you can
Deal.
raise your right hand. I, Nicole Hansen,
I, Nicole Hansen,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution and laws of the state of Washington
that I will support the Constitution and laws of the state of Washington
and the Constitution and laws of the United States of America,
and the Constitution and laws of the United States of America,
and that I will faithfully and impartially
and that I will faithfully and impartially
perform and discharge the duties
perform and discharge the duties
of the City Council of the City of Vader, Washington,
of the City Council of the City of Vader, Washington,
according to law
according to law
and the best of my ability, so help me God.
and the best of my ability, so help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
We'll get you to sign this afterwards.
Now we're really counting on you, though. Representing the public here.
Congratulations.
I guess the one next to John is open. Jason should be on the end, but you can
Jason
take his,
can handle.
but you can take his seat if you
What
want.
did you want me to say? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. I-
We can, let's sign it. We'll sign it right now.
Thank you very much.
Doesn't the state take that
Oh,
oath
here.
too? Doesn't the state take that oath too?
You're not.
I had to take it when I was at 17 when I went in the military.
That's interesting.
Raise your right hand.
It's for the archives.
Pigs.
I don't now, but I
No.
will. No.
Can I sit next to you?
Right now.
Just like-
So Ms. Hanson will be serving until the results of the next municipal election are finalized, which is around Thanksgiving. The election act is obviously it's beginning of November, but once the county certifies those results, whichever new candidate wins would take that appointed seat. So, in which she is one of the candidates, so that would.
Thanks for stepping up.
You're welcome. Thank you for your support.
All right, moving on to number 3, council to confirm a planning committee appointment to fill vacant position 3. I am still working on trying to find a candidate for the planning committee. I have talked to some people and they have turned me down. So I do not have a candidate for consideration tonight.
They just need to be a certain distance away, right?
Sure, the city code for the park board and the planning committee allow folks that are within 3 miles of the city limits to be on the planning committee. Currently, we already have 2 members of the planning committee that live outside the city limits. While it's not a requirement, my preference would be to have a majority of the planning committee live inside of the city limits. But again, that's not necessarily a requirement. It's just.
Well, if the person happens to be anywhere we're thinking about annexing in, would be kind of.
Almost all of them would be.
Everybody?
Right? No.
Oh, I'm just looking at a certain person.
Yeah, I was too.
We're running out of members of
Wait, the annexation does not go over West Side Highway, does it?
That is correct. Yeah, our current
Okay,
urban
never
growth
mind.
area border on the west side is West Side Highway.
Yeah, okay.
I will endeavor to find an interested candidate by next meeting. Moving on to item number 4, council discussed the City of Vader brochure content from Discover Lewis County. Last meeting, we provided brochures to you of other neighboring cities and locations that Discover Lewis County has put together already. They're interested in creating a City of Vader pamphlet, and they'd like to know what kind of content we would like to be in that pamphlet. So other than a reminder to get your suggestions to City Hall, I don't have anything new to talk about on that.
So how soon are we going to vote or bring up about the cottages again? And if we're going to do that and get that in the brochure to help advertise, if I start selling the sauce out of my house, barbecue sauce, Mike. Or
I thought you said sauced, but no,
Yeah.
it was sauce.
Yeah, we're hoping to have a draft by the next meeting for you for the cottage industry development regulations. So that was the deadline we gave the attorney. We wanted to get some other things through first, so they didn't have so much bandwidth. So, but we definitely could add that.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Are there new building changes that have gone through with Washington in regards to ADUs in city limits and UGAs?
There are some new accessory dwelling unit laws that passed with in the last legislative session. I know we have to adopt them within 6 months of our comprehensive plan being approved, and so it's mandatory, and so there will be some changes, but. Another discussion on the.
Do we have someone
brochures?
compiling the recommendations that we're receiving from the council for this brochure?
I would imagine if any recommendations came in, Kristen would be.
Have we received any so far, I guess is my question. Okay.
So
it's a clean slate.
Sounds good.
I do have to say that Morton looks like they stole a Little Falls photo.
Is that a picture? No, that's the Alex.
I don't know. That's what, when I first looked at it, I'm like, hey, that's our Little Falls.
So definitely get your suggestions into City Hall. What we think we'd like to represent. So the
Like the STP coming through town?
Yeah. All right, if there's nothing else on that tonight, moving on to
Number 5.
Yep. Item number 5, yep. Council to consider sewer connection fee credit from Unique Property Solutions. So our apologies for getting this out to you last minute. The attorney submitted templates for us last night so that we, in the future, if we have any sewer connection fee credit applications or latecomer credits, we can just fill in the template documents and then not have to necessarily utilize the attorney for that. So
I was wondering why dollar amounts were missing. I was going to ask about that. It's like page 4, item D.
Yeah, so what happened was the templates came in last night, and then today, I'm assuming the exhibits got added, is that correct? Yes, and so the document that we have in our hand has all of the details. In short, what this is we have it in the city code, and we add it that if a developer comes in or anyone and extends the public sewer, so in this case they're extending the public sewer from 9th and H east and then north to 8th Street, that they can ask for a credit, the developer or person can ask for a credit of the new sewer connection fees to offset the costs. So in this case, our sewer connection fee on a new home is $6,500. And this subdivision, they're putting in 7 homes. So the developer could ask for, and he is asking for, 7 homes times $6,500 to be credited back to him, as long as that number does not exceed the construction costs of the sewer. I believe his construction costs were somewhere between $180,000 and $250,000 to extend the public sewer. And so the connection fees were obviously far less than that. And so the idea is that instead of him paying the city 7 times $6,500, he'd basically get to keep that money to offset his costs. Well, now, why would the city want to do this? Because it promotes the development to the outlying areas of the city. So right now, there's no sewer up there. This brings the sewer a little bit further towards the edge of the city limits, promoting development. So it's a pretty standard thing to do.
Where is the proposed further development, and what does this look like for the city? Like, are we gonna get stuck with a bill to because we're not taking in any fees, or are we taking in fees still for all these sewer tie-ins?
Sure.
Are we
So
just, I'm really worried about those things.
Absolutely. So these 7 homes are located in the area south of 506 as you come down the hill. It was logged off several years ago, and it's the area behind the
I'm familiar with the plan, and I reviewed the blueprints. Like, I know exactly where it is. I know right where the lines are coming through. So
Okay.
I know where like this new line that the city would be paying for that would extend from his property line out, because we're not providing him his sewer line, right? We're just giving him a credit on a bill that he's estimated. Is that for the whole system that goes all the way to each residence and onto the property, or I'm just worried about those numbers, that's all.
Sure. So the developer fronts the entire cost. The city pays nothing. So the developer will pay the full cost to build the city sewer, the new sewer, to city standards. And our engineers have already reviewed it to make sure that they're building it to city standards. They will pay that. They will have their construction company build it. And when they're done, they dedicate the new lines to the city. And at that point, the city would take ownership of the lines. It's at no cost to the city. And so the credit is, so let's say, for instance, it cost him $250,000 and the connection fees to the homes would have been $50,000. Instead of him paying the city, paying to extend the sewer for $250,000 and then paying the city an extra $50,000 for the new home connections, he would just get to keep the $50,000. And in essence, his construction price would have been down to $200,000. Does that make sense?
It does. So instead of us like saying, oh, we're going to get it on the front end of a new home moving in and a sewer tie-in, we're looking at him investing in the infrastructure of the town. I understand that now.
Yeah. And so, one of the things to think about is, all right, so the city misses out on those connection fees, right? That's unfortunate. But there's 7 homes and you're looking at,
42,000.
Yeah, $50,000 in connection fees. Every home in the city limits that connects to the city sewer pays around $1,000 a year in utility fees. So those homes would, 7 homes times $1,000 is $7,000 a year in utility payments to the.
It'll take us 6 years to recover that.
Right.
I see it.
So,
I see it now.
Yeah, exactly. And so our return on investment is only about 6 years, and then we start making money forever. And forever is a very long time. And so the alternative is that.
We also have the sewer out further, so if there's any other lots that it goes by, they can attach to them.
The thing that they were telling me today when I was up there with Joe and Jerry Baker and Darren was those other vacant lots, if they ever sell and they connect into that line, the jury would get half the cost and the city would get the other half of the cost for everyone that would tie into that. Plus the revenue.
That's something that I don't know if that's even appropriate, like that latecomers, because we have a big sewer system that we just created and we have to maintain it, right, as a city. So we can't just like, oh, we're buddy and we're hanging out and we're going to let you do what you want to do. I don't know. I'm skeptical. That's all.
So I believe the latecomers portion is not in this document. I believe that is going to be an application he's going to submit later. Double check just to make sure that my thinking is correct and that this is just for.
I didn't see anything about the latecomers in the literature that I was reading.
Yeah, and so
I would motion to approve the sewer connection credit for unique properties.
On page 11, section 25, there's a section about latecomer agreement.
Yeah, and it states if the parties have also entered into a latecomer reimbursement agreement. And I don't believe that that's attached. I think there were some exhibits required for the latecomers agreement that weren't ready. And so that application will be coming later. The idea of a latecomers agreement is, let's say a developer does this, they extend the sewer line and the sewer line moves across past other vacant properties. There can be a latecomers agreement where if some other developer comes along, buys one of those properties that are adjacent to the new sewer line, and they would connect to that new sewer line, some of the original developer's costs, so in this case, let's say Unique Property Solutions ended up paying $200,000, they could recoup some of that cost, whatever the fair share is. If he's got 7 homes, the new development would have X number of homes. There'd be some ratio that would be calculated in that agreement, and that he could recoup some of those costs later on. And it'd be like a 20-year agreement or something like that. And so if another developer came along and put in 7 other houses, maybe they would have to pay half of the cost of that original cost. So that, again, it incentivizes developers to run long new sections of sewer main with the hope that maybe someday in the next 20 years, they could get some of that cost back. So, again, but that's not part of this particular agreement. This is just the credit.
Again, I'll motion that we approve the connection fee credit for Unique Property Solutions.
A motion by Mr. Ferguson to approve the sewer connection fee credit for Unique Property Solutions. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Parsons.
I don't know how to interrupt because I'm the newest. May I just double check with what Mike Ferguson said earlier on page 4? There's a 0 under estimated cost, and I think it should match the estimated cost that's listed later. So I think if we're going to approve it, we might just want to make a note that 0 is not the estimated cost. I might be misreading it because I haven't had an opportunity to read the whole thing.
Right, and I think his estimated cost, it would be in exhibit, which exhibit is it? It's one of the later exhibits.
It's 185 or 189, something or other.
187? Oh, no, that's in excess.
Was that in his, maybe that was in his letter?
187 was in the letter, yeah.
Okay, so it's in the
That was the letter.
Okay.
So I guess I would motion that, what is the dollar amount, Kristen?
It was $187,000 in the letter. Where can you put it?
Exactly.
So I would motion that we, honor that sewer connection fee credit in the amount of $179,000 or $87,000. And that be the extent of it, maybe, I don't know. We need to have an amount before we do that.
Well, the connection fee credit would only amount to the 7 homes times our $6,500, which is what, we're 42,000. So the connection fee credit is only up to $42,000. And his construction costs far exceed that, so. So would you like to make that motion?
Yes, sir. I'd like to make a motion that we approve this sewer connection fee credit from Unique Property Solutions.
Okay, we have a motion by Mr. Parsons to approve the Ferguson to approve the sewer connection fee agreement. I believe we had a second by Mr. Parsons already.
Sure. I think so. That was a long time ago. Yes, second.
Okay. More discussion. I think this one should be pretty clear by now. Yes?
This is Jason, just so you know.
Oh, Jason, welcome to the city council meeting.
Thank you, just finally able to get here.
Okay, are you familiar with, we're on item number 5, the sewer connection fee credit for Unique Property Solutions. Do you have
I looked it over a little bit, but I didn't get in on time to hear the discussion about it.
Okay, would you like me to explain that in a nutshell?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll explain it another time, or one more time, just so that we're all very clear.
Oh.
Unique Property Solutions is putting 7 homes in up on the recently logged property by I Street between 8th and the highway. They are extending the city public sewer from 9th Street north to 8th Street in order to get it to their development. The construction cost to do that is $189,000. Our city code allows a developer to ask for a credit of their new home connection fees. Our home connection fee is $6,500 a house, so 6,500 times 7 is $42,000. So he's asking for a credit of $42,000 to extend the public sewer. When he's done constructing it to city standards, he'll dedicate it to the city, and the city will have a lengthened sewer utility at no cost to us.
I got it.
And so that's it's all good, a good thing.
You just said $6,500 and this says $6,000.
$6,000.
$6,000.
whatever our sewer connection fee is. I'm sorry if I said 65.
So he was saying 6,500 but he was saying 42,000 and 6 times 7 is 42. So that adds up.
Yeah, and so he can't ask for a credit of more than what his connection fees would be. So it caps out at that.
Perfect.
We have a first and a second. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of approving the sewer connection fee credit for Unique Property Solutions, say aye.
Aye.
I choose to abstain since I haven't read this.
Yes.
Abstain.
Any
Aye.
opposed? Motion carries. Last item of city business, item number 6, council to discuss employee personnel protection options. So at the last council meeting, the council discussed some of the employees' requests to be able to carry either firearms or a non-lethal firearm option. And so we asked the city attorney what their stance on it. And so we've created a letter that should be in your packet with that information. It's 2 pages long. The response from the attorney generally is you really don't want to do that. There's an immense amount of liability that the city could take on, and not just the city, but also the employee, depending on the situation, if there was an incident. And so we still need to reach out to the insurance company to get that bit of information to you, but we wanted to make sure it was on the city business to discuss tonight if there's any other input from the council.
The city's attorney's literature the write-up that she sent out lined up with how I felt about it too. It's too big of a liability. We hire police officers to do their job. We don't need to arm our workers or allow them to be armed while they're working. Just like we wouldn't allow.
I totally agree with Mr. Ferguson.
One of the discussion, or one of the examples that the attorney gave was a city that did this, and there was an incident and they were liable for a $6.5 million lawsuit in the end. So the courts did not side with the city. And so there's kind of case law that the courts don't like this idea. So we still have a little bit more information gathering to give some things that the council asked for, but we wanted to share this since we had it.
Thank you, Mayor.
Joe.
Thank you.
Yes, you have a comment from the public.
Well, I remember part of the communication last session was also in the safety for the individuals in the office for cameras. Was there any discussion on that?
Yes, yeah, as far as the camera idea, we did find a solution that was very affordable. Kristen, did we order those already?
I didn't because I'm waiting for Amazon Prime so we can get it for cheaper. So 3 more days that I can
Nicely done. We appreciate
There you
it.
go. Trying to save $3 or $4. I love it.
It all adds up.
I know it does.
Good job.
You're being a good steward of the taxpayers' money.
Absolutely.
Steward.
We don't call her Kafka for nothing.
So no, we did find a camera for in the $30-ish range. There's a monthly fee to upload it to the cloud, so it'd be available even if the camera was stolen. I think the monthly fee was $20 a year. So for one camera, so it's very affordable. Any other discussion on the employee personal protection options? I'm sure we'll talk about it more at a later time.
There was conversation after the meeting last time with a few of us, and they were even
not
talking,
a few, because that would be a quorum. It must have been just one person.
You and me. Yeah,
I don't count.
Yeah, but you don't count. Yeah, but it was there was talk about non-lethal weapons.
Yeah, and that wasn't covered in the letter, and I was going to reach out about that because there are some non-lethal options. I'm sure the
Can we buy a video course for them to take a class on de-escalation or something like that? Because they don't really need to engage, right? And I don't think people are running around trying to attack people around here.
Yeah, we haven't had a problem yet. I know that one of the considerations was, if it was an animal or something like that. I don't know how you're going to de-escalate an animal. That might be the comeback on that. But yeah, we could look into that as well.
Are they doing animal control?
No, but the idea would be that they might be out on one of the unused city right of ways behind someone's house, and that there could be an animal there. So some random encounter. I think that was the
I guess
thinking.
we have like workman's comp and L&I for our employees, right? That's like a job hazard thing.
Yeah, I'm sure yes, we do.
Would they be wanting to carry like something like bear spray or?
Well, that would be an interesting option.
I mean, that would be to take care of an aggressor, animal or human, without killing them.
Okay, I can raise that question as well. It's a good alternative.
But you look at the size of John, and who's really going to mess with him?
He's got a huge smile. I'm sitting here laughing because I'm like, man, I don't know how dangerous our town is to even worry about these issues.
There's
I'm
explosions
kind of done.
everywhere right now. Listen to it.
Live fire outside the window. Did you get your question answered? Okay, I'm good. Any other discussion on this tonight?
I gotta get back to work.
Okay, if there's no other discussion, that's the end of city business. Any members of the council have any comments tonight? No?
Oh, actually, the roads.
Roads, okay.
I know that there's some drama going on or something between the state and the county, and they're not being compacted correctly.
This is regarding the road work related to the water system upgrade.
To the water system. And I think that there's going to start being people, I'm sure, because they've already said stuff, that are going to start asking questions about why is it not fixed yet? And I think that they should know that we are holding off on signing off on this project until it does get fixed and the issue is out there and it's being addressed.
Yeah, and a little bit of background on that. The county funded water system upgrade. Obviously, they did do work on a lot of our roadways, and they cut the asphalt. Currently, those are gravel covered. The end of the project requires them to come through and pave all of that. One of the things that Darren, our building permitting guy, has not cared for as he's gone through and inspected. Also, there is another private engineering company that's been inspecting the work too, from Gibson Olson. They don't feel that those gravel areas were properly compacted, which means that if they pave that over the course of a couple of years, the ground will settle and we'll have pretty big dips in our roadways in those areas.
We'll have like a huge dip coming into town on 506.
Yeah, so obviously Darren has his background in construction. He knows what proper compaction is. And so he's holding to it. He's made sure they know that they need to go back and they need to properly compact this, because if they don't, I believe in the contract, there's a 5-year warranty on the work. And so they're going to need to come back and fix all those roads, because they'll probably pothole within 5 years. And so obviously we don't want to go through that mess, because will the company even exist in that long,
5 years.
Well, isn't
so,
Gibson Olson had an inspector on site while they were doing all their work, right?
Yeah, and so I'm not sure why the Gibson Olson allowed them to do that. So, but everyone, the county, Gibson Olson, everyone's on the side of making them do HCON do it correctly. There's just some pushback from them right now.
I just wanted it out there for everybody to know. That was all.
But yep, we are holding the contractor accountable to make sure it's done correctly.
Because it will become the city's fault.
Right, yeah, they'll call here first. They won't call HCON, yeah.
Yep.
Thank you for bringing that up.
That's all.
Current events. Any other comment from city council? Come out on Friday, enjoy the downtown events. Our volunteers put a lot of time into it.
Any word on Randy?
I haven't talked to him. I saw him driving around earlier this week or last week. He had a big smile on his face and he was waving at me. So seems to be in good spirits.
Good.
Okay. If that is all, this meeting is adjourned at 7:09 PM. Thank you, everybody.